All right, guys. So, story time. Last week, went out on Dale Hollow. Took a couple days off work. We're supposed to go up there and fish for 3 days. As you guys saw in the video, we ended up doing good, but we didn't get to fish for 3 days. So, on the second day out, the boat broke down. Now, I've ran Mercury outboards since 2016. Never had a problem with them. I'm a huge Mercury fan. I love them. But for the first time ever, the Mercury let me down. And I'm going to show you guys today what happened, how to fix it. It's a common problem with the new ProXSs, but it's a very, very simple fix. So what happened, we went out Wednesday, cold front came in, wind started picking up. We went out Thursday and sustained 15, 20 mile an hour winds, gusting to 40. Water was real rough, and we were getting bounced all over the place. So, long story short, my trim went out. I was running from my first spot to my second spot, and my trim gauge started going all over the place. Outboard trimmed all the way down, and I couldn't raise it. I could hit the down, I could engage it, but it would not come back up. So, we fight and get the boat on the trailer, get it home, all that stuff. So I wanted to go over basically what's involved in this trim, what all there is, what to look for, and what the simple fix was of how to fix it. So come back here, raise my jack plate up, and show you guys what I'm talking about. So if you're ever on the water and you can trim up or down, but not the other way, and your trim gauge is messed up, you need to come back to your outboard here and you need to check something out. So right here, see this? That is the trim position. That's your trim pin. Now if you come back here, I'm gonna raise this outboard all the way up. This is your trim sensor. Right here is a little tiny set screw. I'm actually glad I checked it because mine is a little bit loose right now. You need to make sure that set screw is tight, because what will happen is this pin will back out. Mine's actually out just a little bit. And if it backs away from that sensor, this magnet cannot read it. And what'll happen is it will act like the trim is all the way up, and it will block you from raising it. I ordered the new set screws from Mercury that are supposed to fit this thing. They haven't came in yet, and I've got smallmouth to catch. So I'm still running one. I'm still running the generic set screw, but I'll show you how to set this thing in here to make sure you stay on the water. So it's this right here. That is your trim pin. Now, what you got to watch on these pins is you got to make sure that they don't break. If they come all the way out, they can break. So what I'm doing here is I've got a non-marring hammer, and I'm just tapping that in. This should be flush right here, and you've got slots on it to where if you're not lined up with your hole, you can turn it. Now I just checked this set screw, and it's still lined up with the hole. So all I did was tap that back in, and then it's this set screw right here. I'm just going to make sure that that is as tight as it can be. This is a little difficult holding the camera. Once you get this in here, it's a very good idea to Loctite it and make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. But we are going to fish Wilson tomorrow, so I'm going to make sure that this thing is tight and not going anywhere. You can see that's flush. If it comes all the way out, I mean, if it's way out, you can pop this little magnet sensor off. It's just two 9mm bolts. Pull that off. You can line everything up. There is a recessed hole on that pin when you drive this through that the set screw lines up with. Use that slot on the other side to line it up and make sure that it's in there. Yeah, if you can go down but not up, check that pin first. I went through everything of checking the relays, swapped the relays around. I really thought that's what it was. I was wrong. So it's a common problem on the ProXS's. The old style Mercury trim pins had a tri-lobed drive pin that held those in place. For some reason, Mercury decided to go with a set screw. There is a service bulletin out from Mercury on that. Don't know if they're going to update it, but all right, guys, I hope that was helpful. We're heading up to Wilson Lake here in Alabama tomorrow. We're going to chase some big smallmouth on big swim baits, so should be a pretty good time. We'll get some content up for everybody. If you like our fishing reports, our tackle tips, our tech tips, and you want to see more, like and subscribe. If you guys got anything you want to see, please leave a comment. Shoot me a message, let me know. I've got some videos coming out here soon on how we swim bait fish, how we jig fish, and everything like that. So stay tuned for more.